Welcome back to Geoguessr Explained, everyone. This is Oscar, and we are back with some more gameplay together today. So basically what's going to happen is there's going to be two links in the description, the top two links. You hit them up right now and play them yourselves, and then you can watch me play, and I'll give you all the explanations of how I'm able to get close, assuming I am able to get close, that is. And if you don't want to do that, then just chill, relax, and watch. Also, like and subscribe. That would be massively appreciated. But let's get into the first game here, where we were playing some diverse world. No car this time, and we had a few rushes in the last one, so I thought maybe some Russia map for the next one, for the second link in here. So hopefully you guys did okay with that. But let's get into the first round here, where we appear to be in one of two countries. With these black number plates, it immediately makes me think of Malaysia or Indonesia here, so let's take a look around. That almost looks like an Indonesian flag painted on the pole, which you do see quite a lot in Indonesia, so I'm wondering about that right now. Let's take a look around. So as I said to you guys last time, if we are in Indonesia, then these tiled roofs are quite common in Java. However, the rest of the architecture is a little bit different here, so I am wondering if that is going to be the case here. So, okay, so we've actually got some probably place names here. I won't look for place names though, because I think it's better to just get the vibe guess, because that's something that everyone can learn. So here we have what appears to be a three-part number plate that I explained in the last episode as well. So white here, and then probably another section of white there. You can see that again here, although again it's not that clear on these two number plates, but that is the way Indonesian plates work. Also, this yellow plate on the kind of van here is something you see quite a lot in Indonesia. So that is also, yeah, seeming correct here. So should be Indonesia. Now, here is a meta I heard. Apparently, I think it was like South Kalimantan or maybe East Kalimantan, one of the two, I think. Might hedge it in South. I can't remember, actually. I'm just trying to think one of the bigger cities here. But apparently this kind of architecture where it's like a massive concrete block, like this one and this one, apparently that's quite common over there. And I do consider that these poles do fit. So, yeah, I do wonder if we could be there just for that architecture. Now, apparently blue roofs are also more common there, and we have a few blue roofs here as well. But the tiled roof, as I said, is more common in Java. So I think maybe South Kalimantan as a hedge for Java also kind of works here. Now, yeah, in terms of those roofs, like, it doesn't always work, so you have to be careful. But yeah, I do want a Kengana here. I know I said I wouldn't go for it, but in case it's huge, I might look quickly. It doesn't appear to be that big if it is the place name at all. So I'll just go there. Let's see if I'm right or not. Apart from that here, just vibes. Yeah, the number plates are the main thing that help us to get that it's Indonesia. So, and yeah, front license plate again on the bikes as well. And yeah, it was actually southern Sumatra in the region of central Sumatra though, and it was Kalimantan I meant, sorry. And yeah, that was actually the place here. Not too bad. That's actually pretty good, considering it's Indonesia. Not too bad in terms of points. And we're in the same part of the world again here, except this one's a very easy Malaysia. So let me tell you guys exactly why that is. Well, without even looking around, I can show you three things that make it 100% Malaysia. One, double white road lines and everything on the road lines being white here. That definitely fits for Malaysia. Two, black and white signposts. That's going to be found in several countries around the world, Peru, Sri Lanka, all that kind of thing. But you always see it basically in Malaysia, so it's really helpful. And then also this bollard with, it looks like an Australian bollard, but with two red reflectors on it. Yeah, also just in Malaysia. So now we have to work out where, and it does kind of feel a little bit more like Borneo, Malaysia, than like mainland Malaysia. So I'm kind of look around here a little bit. We have the number 8. I thought this might be somewhere up here, so now I'm like looking quickly to see if we have a number 8 here. What number is this highway here? I wonder. Raub does sound a little bit familiar, though I can't remember where it would be. Number 8's not popping up to me though, so I guess we can also quickly check here, because well, here's the number 8, so maybe it is just through here. So there are like these kind of like oil palms, definitely common in both parts of Malaysia. The red soil also can be found in both parts of Malaysia. And apart from that, I'm kind of at a bit of a loss here. It says Pahang there. Yeah. So yeah, we should be on the number 8 on the way to Pahang here. The E8 maybe. Yeah, because this, okay, 8 actually stretches a long way everywhere. But yeah, Pahang region probably makes a lot of sense here, right? With this sign. So sometimes reading is a good idea. Payung. is a similar word, but not Pahang, I'm pretty sure. And presumably we could get really close here by lining up these names, but I think I'm happy. Is this whole region called Pahang? Yeah, that's the whole region of Pahang, so I think it's better to click actually on the 8 itself here, because this kind of feels quite remote. So let's try it, and it ends up being 23 kilometers away. Very nice. Yeah, so it was a pretty straightforward round for the country. Then it required a bit of reading to get the actual place, because I could have been tempted to go Sabah there at first, but yeah, I guess it looked a bit different. Okay, next one here we have a crossing sign. Obviously, these crossing signs for Europe. This is like the European style, so a white triangle with the blue around it. That's the Europe style. And you can see that all around the different countries, and they all have different styles, or at least somewhat different. So it is very useful if you can remember them. So immediately, okay, we got blue strips on the plate, so again, confirming Europe there. We've got yellow filled in signs here. Actually, this is interesting. We are actually going to be in Finland here, I believe, which I did not even consider, but of course, they have the new Generation 4, the new updated camera there now. So why is this Finland? Well, Finland is a country that has 5 dashes on the crossing sign. In terms of surrounding countries, Estonia has 3. Sweden has 4, and Norway has 4, although Norway can switch it up a few times, I think. Yeah, Finland is a country that uses 5, which is going to be useful here. Finland is also a country that uses yellow filled in signs. So in terms of countries that consistently have yellow filled in signs, it's Poland, Sweden, Finland, and like Greece sometimes and stuff like that. So that definitely helps out here. And also this yellow, this blue and white thing that you have on a signpost is quite Swedish-Finnish, I think. So yeah, definitely makes sense. Then the architecture and the flatness of the whole round reminds me of southern Finland, I would say. It is kind of a hilly town here, which is interesting, but yeah, I'm not really too sure where it's best. This could actually just be Helsinki, but maybe it does give me slightly more small town vibes, so I might try Pori here. Yeah, that's about it. Pretty standard round once you see these yellow filled in signs plus the crossing sign, but of course that kind of thing takes a while to learn, so let's just go for the guess here. And it was just near Helsinki. That definitely makes sense. In this town, one of the nearby ones, and quite a nice town actually from the looks of it. Okay, next one here. I can immediately tell before we look at the Google card that this one's going to be somewhere in Kenya. Reason being, we've got Generation 4 camera. We're driving left-hand side of the road here. Is that a yellow plate? No, it's a white plate, but you'd probably see a yellow rear plate here. Yellow inside lines. In terms of African countries, yellow inside lines, basically just Kenya. I think sometimes, does Nigeria ever do that? I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, I think everyone else is just using white lines out of the countries that are covered. So yeah, and here we have the tapes on the car and the snorkel. It's all Kenyan for sure here. Given that it's a bit dry and we got the tapes, I feel like this should be somewhere north, about where I have it clicked here, something like this. Road angle is more kind of going east to west though. So yeah, maybe kind of just in this Wamba area or something like that. It's hilly, dry. But apart from that, we've got the country. So Kenya's not too big. We'll get good points here regardless. So let's just go for the guess here. And it ends up being not too far away there. So hopefully you guys are going well. Do tell me at the end of your seed how you did, because I'm kind of curious. I'll be reading the comments while I'm away on my holiday and seeing how all you guys did. So next one here. The country is fairly self-explanatory to me. But obviously with architecture like this, pretty much the only options like Japan, Korea, maybe Taiwan or something like that. Then we have this thing here, this yellow and black and white. Oh, I say yellow and white, but it's black and yellow thing like this with the vertical strips, and that is the Japanese style. We also have the yellow plates on the small cars, white plates on the bigger cars, so that all checks out as well. It's hilly. We have these spikes on the top of the poles, like you normally do in Japan. And what else is there to say here? Okay, we have these like things on the poles, these plates. Now, I'm no plate expert just yet, unfortunately. So this may prove to be a little bit of a I couldn't actually give you as many tips as I'd like to here because I've not yet learnt them. But I do know that these kind of red tiled roofs are most common around Hiroshima. So I think that's where I'm going to guess here. Hiroshima prefecture tends to use those the most, I think. As for the climate and everything, I think that would fit. So I definitely feel like it's somewhere between Osaka and Hiroshima here, in my opinion. Is there anything else to say here? Obviously, it's low camera. Like, you can feel that we're quite close down to the cars here. Like, it almost feels like you could reach out and touch it more than a normal Google car. So, yeah, low camera, that's Switzerland and Japan. And then, yeah, just landscape, architecture, and everything else to go here. And we'll be close. Not too far, not too far at all. So it's Geoguessr there. That is, yeah, the exact region I expected it to be. So even without the guide wire or the guy wires, we get 22,000 points, which is really good. So particularly happy with this one because I'd never used that big concrete house meta before, but it tends to work apparently. And apart from that, we are chilling. So let's move on to the next round, which is Russia. I expect you guys probably didn't do too well on here. But I probably won't either, so let's find out. This might be one where the teacher has to get taught a little bit, you know? But the first round here is kind of interesting. Okay, so we're going to be looking at trees on rural Russia rounds like this. And what can we say about these trees? It's hard. This is a hard round, especially without the car. Well, I've blocked out the car. This is definitely going to be difficult. I feel like this feels more Asian, but this is strictly a vibes round, though. This is strictly a vibes round, especially without the Google car. Bit of more red soil here, but it's not fully red in the way that I think you kind of get some, like, kind of reddish soil around, what town am I thinking of here? Bratsk, maybe? Bratsk could work here. It's not impossible, but I thought maybe even further east here, so maybe like this region or maybe even this region here. Yeah, it's not a particularly pleasant round here, especially because some of these trees feel like very cold climate, some feel like warmer climate as well. So, yeah, I don't know. We don't see any, like, cabbages. If we had big cabbages on the side of the road, then we could say it was probably Sakhalin. But maybe I actually do go out somewhere here. I think there's quite a bit of coverage around Khabarovsk, so I might go there. No editing. You have to live with my original pronunciations here. Not the best. Yeah, I think I'll go there. I don't know. That's the vibe. It's somewhere between here and Bratsk, I think. But yeah, we'll try it here. And it was actually there. Okay, that's really good. Especially good start considering, we actually got another state streak. That's fantastic. Especially considering I wasn't not quite sure at all. And we didn't have the Google car, which normally helps out with that part of Russia. But okay, that's a good start. Next one here. We are looking at something quite flat. It reminds me of the Omsk a little bit that we had in the last episode. Although the trees might feel a little bit different here. We have a blue roof. It's kind of interesting. Although it's not that helpful in Russia, unfortunately. Yeah, very flat. So that's, well, maybe that's enough to go Omsk here. Just the flat Gen 4. It would make sense. Now, if it's not there, I could see this really being all the way near Moscow instead. But yeah, I'm just looking. We do have those rows of trees that I was talking about in the last Omsk round from yesterday's video. Okay, here we do. We do have these kind of clumps of birch trees. If you like see like a really dense clump of birch trees like this, it's likely to be east of Chelyabinsk, I could say. Anywhere in this section of Russia is more likely to have that. So I think we're actually right again. We might get a 5-state streak here, just by chance. I still haven't turned the state streak counter off. So yeah, let's go for Omsk here, just near the city or something like that. And we are in Omsk again. Yeah, Omsk is pretty recognizable, so that's a good send there. Very happy with it. Okay, next one here. This one, I mean, we're only on a great score, guys. If we can actually get, well, I mean, 2 oblasts in a row. If we get 3 in a row with no car, that's going to be really impressive. So I hope we can. Man, I kind of want to turn off the Google car now. Turn on the Google car so I can actually get a better score. But no, we're going to commit. This feels more European for various reasons. Though I could not really describe to you that well why. I think it's more to do with the trees. We don't have those like same clumps of trees that we had in the last one. We also have these pink flowers, which as I mentioned in a few episodes ago, is very common in kind of this like more northern regions of Russia. We just have some fairly tall trees and just some farmland as well. Maybe St. Petersburg Oblast here. Maybe even like the Vologda Oblast or one of these ones, even Pskov, something like this. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Some one of these ones make the most sense to me here, but this one could easily just be Urals area as well, Ekaterinburg, Kirov, something like that. So I think we just go for the guess here. That's my vibe. So let's just see if we're right. And okay, it was Pskov, one of the ones I mentioned, so not too bad. We get 2,000 points, so that's really good. Okay, next one here. Okay, this is a great round for learning, guys. Immediately, I think this is going to be Kamchatka Peninsula. So let's turn around and see if I'm right. Okay, we do have big mountains, but now I'm less sure. So normally on on the Kamchatka Peninsula coverage, we have this white road, which I've clicked on here, which runs through. It's very thin, so it's hard to find. But you can see that we've got like the volcanoes here. So you can often see through the thin trees, the volcanoes. Now that I can't see that, I am a little worried that this could be Sakhalin instead, the island to the south, just here. But I think with this abundance of kind of thin trees on this type of dirt road, with the overcast coverage and this, I think I'll still go there. It might be a silly guess. Russia experts might be laughing at me right now, but yeah, I think it's one of the two, honestly, or maybe just in like Eastern Russia, Far East Russia somewhere. I hope I'm not completely wrong. That's what I could say. I could be completely wrong, but okay, let's try where I thought initially here in the flattest part, which is like here, and it is there. Great, on the same road. Excellent. So this is, man, if only I went Peskov, man, we would have had a 4 oblast trick with no car. That would have been crazy. But okay, this one also feels maybe like quite remote Russia as well. Maybe Eastern Russia. I could say that. This is quite flat this time. Do we have any like spruces? These could be spruce. I mean, these could be larches here. So these look more like Siberian larches, which would mean, you know, in Siberia. They're kind of more see-through trees. You can watch my like Russia guide on my main channel, which can help you out a bit with these. But yeah, I mean, like it's kind of difficult. So you just have to keep that in mind and try and learn some free metas if you can. I think this is a similar area. I could even see Vladivostok, but now, which city around here? One of these cities has some bad, like, weather, so I'm trying to think of that. Often using the weather can help. I think it might be here again, you know. I might try that. Let's go for it here. And, oh man, it is this one. Man, I almost clicked there. But look at this score, guys. 18.6. Sheesh. Okay, wow, that was crazy. I mean, it was an easy seed. It was an easy seed. These two were very gettable based on trees. This one was just a unique road. This one was gettable based on landscape, and that one was also just kind of a vibe guess, but pretty good. 18.6 is very good on Russia. Let me know what your score was on Russia. I doubt it will be so high. Just gonna say, but if you did manage it, especially if you're Russian or something like that, let me know. But yeah, hopefully you guys didn't do too badly and enjoyed it at least, learned something, because I think I was actually able to teach a little bit here, so that's good. And yeah, I think that I'll wrap it up there. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll have another one out, and till next time, goodbye. Let me hit end.